like I'll do it live part of the stream. Yeah. Hey everyone.
Hey,
Hey, it's Mike, Jazz Bum, and me, the Wax Rob.
how's it
We're
going?
doing this live stream because I got in my hands a sealed 1993 copy of Duke Pearson's Sweet Honeybee, which Joe. When did he? Why don't you tell us about it, Mike?
Oh, right. Okay. So Sweet Honeybee. Uh, Hold on. I was just messaging some people to come hang.
Yeah.
So this was first released in 1967. It's got a pretty killer lineup. It's Duke Pearson who's leading it. And we have James Spaulding on alto sax, Ron Carter on bass, Mickey Roker drums. James Spaulding also plays flute. We have Freddie Hubbard on trumpet and Joe Henderson on tenor. Everything's written by Duke Pearson. They're all his originals. And yeah, this came out 67. There was a mono and stereo pressing of it. And Rob, you just picked up a copy. So what can you tell us a little bit about your copy?
Well, let's just start something by some interesting events that have just transpired.
Okay, go on.
Okay, I had posted this to Instagram, a picture of it, and then I tagged Joe Harley saying, "Is it a needle drop?" Because didn't we hear that?
Yeah, should we back up and just kind of give a little bit
Well,
of the
let's just break
lore?
this news, and then you can back up.
Okay, all right.
So, and then I did it in the Tone Poet Facebook group. Guess who just responded? Besides Mike, Joe Harley did.
Very cool.
So right now, I'm gonna go in. I'm not going to be as presumptuous to say that please join us on StreamYard.
Oh, I already
I'm
did
going to
that.
send him a
Sorry.
link to the video right now.
So I responded while we were just starting, and I said that we'll let him know what, because so his message was, let me know what's in the dead wax.
Yeah.
So I just said, we'll let you know we're unboxing it right now. We're doing it on a stream if you want to come join us, and I dropped the link.
Yeah, so did I.
So that would be cool if he joined us.
All right, so that's a side note, and then maybe
Side
this
note.
will go viral, and I'll start. I'll be the spokesboy for unissued
Sweet
tone
Honeybee.
poets.
Okay.
So
now do we want to back up and talk about some of the lore that is this album?
Also, yeah. Please talk about it.
Okay, so this album was not on my radar. I have a copy. This is a original mono. I picked this up like a month ago or so. This got on my radar. I think it was last year, give or take. Joe Harley was being interviewed by Michael 45 over on 45 RPM audiophile, and they were breaking down some of the Tone Poet news. And Joe Harley, in passing, mentioned this record and saying that the original tapes, I guess both mono and stereo, are lost, so that he won't be able to reissue it, and that you should, quote, cherish your copies if you have them. So since then, of course, like everybody went to pick them up. It wasn't a particularly valuable / expensive record at the time. Now it's shot up. It's like pretty originals, I think, are pretty much over $100. So if you can get it below that, that's a good deal. And yeah, so it's because of that. Now it's like a record to get.
How much did you spend on yours?
That is undisclosed. We will not discuss.
Well,
that.
So it's my experience, and anyone could tell me I'm wrong, from acquiring Blue Notes around this status. Like they don't go for astronomical money.
Right. Now we do have some comments here. So it says, what does this album go for? Meaning the cost. So I'm on Discogs. Obviously, this is the Discogs price. The original mono, the cheapest one, is $100. There are 4 available, and that's in VG condition. The next one that's the only one that's in the United States as well. The rest are, it looks like, in Sweden and Germany, and they're going for 175 euros to start and going up to 300 euros. That's the mono. The original stereo, there's one for 75. Let's see where that is. So that's a VG plus $75 right now. You can get it. So we're in that kind of.
But let's step aside and say, just in general, there are. If you just look at how many times this was issued on vinyl, not that many. There are only 21 reissues or issues of this album.
Okay, hold
And
on.
as I recall, Joe Harley said, if you want an analog one, you get the Japanese one that was issued in 83.
Okay.
Am I wrong about that?
I didn't hear that. That certainly could be the case. Somebody did
When he
ask
was talking with Mazzy.
when he was talking with Mazzy. Okay. Somebody did ask, when was this originally released? It was released in 67.
Now, how I came in possession of this. A very nice gentleman named John Marino, who's here in LA, and I've hung out with him many times. He was at the Pasadena flea market before me. I missed this. It was a vendor I probably didn't pay any mind to. And he saw 2 Duke Pearson albums sealed. So I said, can you get this for me? I said, you should pick up the other one. I'll pull up real quickly what the other one was, which in general might be a creatively more desirable Duke Pearson album. It's The Right Touch. Here's the one he got, The Right Touch.
Okay.
I think the ones where Duke Pearson's aimlessly looking out into the void of nothingness, those are the better Duke Pearson albums. So he picked this up for me, and Mike had a great response because we communicate in a Jazz Bums thread. I posted this, and Mike goes, "What? What did you say in the thread?"
Oh, I basically called you like an MFer because when I got this, I told him the price, and it's not out of control, but like he goes, "Yeah, well, I'll find it in the bins one day for $20," and he literally did that within a month.
This was $20.
So,
okay, so what is this one? Was never said. This is a 1993 pressing. There are 2 listings on Discogs, but I just think it's a double entry. And 2 flim flam men. One's trying to sell one for almost 200, and another one just a hair shy below that in each listings. So, yeah, that's how I came into possession. It's got a hole punch. You can see me through it. Let's see if I can make it go over my eye.
So the question is, what's the source of the record? Was this cut from lacquers that were cut from tape? Was this a needle drop? Was this digital, etc.? So that's when Rob reached out to Joe Harley and said, "Hey, do you know anything about this copy?" And Joe responded, "Let me know what's in the dead wax."
Well, so if you're in the Blue Note Tone Poet discussion group, it's called, one gentleman named, so here's what I posed, the question I posed. I did the posting, and I said, sealed, is it a needle drop, Joe Harley? Question. And Joe's really good in this group. He'll respond to people and answer questions. This gentleman, if you're around, George Smart, said flat out no. And then, Andy, he just does eyeballs. And if you want to see my responses, I go, don't question the boomer scalper. And then people say the tapes, the word is the tapes are missing. And then Joe asks, what's in the dead wax? Well, it's sealed. I haven't opened it yet for this awesome video.
So
then, yeah.
I was just going to say, we did some digging on the Hoffman forums, and there were a couple mentions of it. And I think there might be one that I have here that's worth just giving a voiceover. So somebody says the Pearson reissues. So we saw the one that you have, Rob, and the other one. So the Pearson reissues from 1993 were from Needle Drop, I believe. Right. So this isn't confirmation. This is just somebody on the Hoffman forum. I'm not familiar with who this is. It's Dubmart. Also, it wasn't a secret. So likely that tape has been MIA since at least the early 70s. Although I'm sure they could do much better transfers in 2022. I don't recall the Pearson being bad, though I did pick up an original copy later. So perhaps he should compare it. And then somebody says they have this and that their 90s pressings of the Duke Pearson sound decent. And that he likes it. So So anyway, so regardless, it sounds like it's going to be a pretty decent sounding copy.
So all this is good, and obviously when I open it, I'll play it later and make comments. But I don't think it'll sound good if we're just sitting here from my mic on my computer, playing them around my system. But I think we just should talk about it. Can anyone that's watching us add anything to what Mike just came up with his research?
Research
Research
going on, searching on the.
No, this is a stereo. It says it right there. Okay, here's another thing that I noticed, and Mike has his OG copy to reference.
Yeah. Okay.
The photo here, at least it doesn't look this way on my camera, but it's kind of fuzzy. It looks fuzzy. Now,
it looks like yours is more saturated, but I don't know if it's coming through, but this is pretty fuzzy as well. I don't know if you can see, like, you see the resolution is like that, but I think the saturation's a little higher on yours, little more.
Yeah, Michael Chavez, I don't know what is on Apple Music, but I'm going to have to guess that Rudy did do 90s remaster of stuff. And maybe they were pulled from those, but I don't. This is not a bootleg. In fact, there are no they do less bootlegs on Discogs. This is a legit 1993 pressing.
Yeah.
So.
Does anybody have any opinions on this album?
We're just going slow because maybe if we're lucky, and Mike ate all his vegetables at dinner, we might get a visit from the Tone Poet Fairy. But I'm just putting it out there.
That'd be amazing.
Yeah, it'd be funny.
So did you pick up anything else today while we wait?
Yeah. While we're waiting, why don't I just show nothing groundbreaking. I had lunch, like I said earlier, with Jim Kaplan. Jim gave me this album. I don't know anything of it. Do you know Adam Mankiewicz? I know George Mraz.
I know George Mraz, but
I don't know this label. Stash.
Nope.
I did pick up Buddy Collette OJC.
Okay.
I picked up a Monarch pressing of Led Zeppelin 2.
Nice.
I have to look it up to see what exactly, but it is a Monarch. It says it in the dead wax. I went to a Record Safari in Atomic. Picked up this Stan Getz 70s 1976 album with Gilberto. This is a pretty good album. I've had it many times. I picked up this French pressing of Chet Baker. Chet is back. I have the Pure Pleasure reissue of this. It's good. I think Chet's this is the album.
Is that the one where he's on like the sailboat?
No, that's Chet. That is Chet and whatever. This is the one he did when he got out of prison. I think it was like the first album. That's Chet is back. He's back from prison. And then I'll show this one. Whenever you see this record, you should always pick it up, especially if it's in the dollar bin. This is an awesome album. The Baba Doug McKenzie album. It was a huge hit. And then I found a Bluesville OJC of Sonny Terry. So
cool.
Let's the label just real quick.
I have a Sonny Terry and McGee with him. Can't remember his first name.
What is it? Howard McGee?
No, it's not Howard McGee, but they're two blues guys. They did a lot of records together, and on Prestige a lot. So, all right, we have somebody who just was recommended this in Spotify yesterday. Really liked the album. Bobby
Michael Chavez, what are you talking about? Which has a misspelling of Duke Pearson? Because mine's spelled right. It's not I-E-R. That's probably a CD that's got that misspelling. So
All right. Well, so what are we doing? Are we holding? Are you gonna whip out
no, I'll
George?
probably just maybe he's smarter than we thought he was, because you don't want to be associated definitely with me.
That's a
And
good point.
and you know your reputation is dragging the floor lately, so for certain things. So
Very good.
yeah, maybe if we had Felipe here, you know, maybe Joe needs some dental work for free or something. So what I'll do is I'll take out George, okay, and I'll pull out the blade. We're ready to go.
Let's do it.
Okay, let's start from the bottom because there's that hole punch.
All right. So while you're doing it,
Yeah.
let me go over the lineup again here. So
Oh, George is in there. The air is reaching this 30-year-old record. Okay,
let's see it.
it's a paper inner sleeve.
This is
And
a
it has-
30-year-old record now.
So it has a Blue Note label with no, address.
Okay.
Horrible, horrible paper sleeve.
Now I think in the dead wax, my guess, because I have a Blue Note from '93 and it says mastered by Capital in the dead wax.
Now, will you be a gracious person
Okay.
and pull up the Facebook thread and
Okay.
type in what I tell you? Oh,
Yeah.
it's a Wiley. It's a Wally. It is a Wally.
Okay.
Wally is in the dead wax. Get your kids, wake your kids, scream at your neighbors. It is a Wally. Wally in the dead wax.
All right. Hold on.
I don't think this is listed in the
I'm checking. Yeah. Okay.
This
right.
I'll tell you guys, this looks beautiful. There's no paper burn at all on this.
All right. So Wally in the dead wax.
So it says mastered by Capital Wally. Okay. That's a good sign. Well,
is it WALLY or how's it done?
yeah, it's WALLY.
Okay.
So, and that's Wally Troggett, the famous
Okay.
mastering engineer, who's highly regarded. Now, what I do know is those concierge Blue Notes. Wally did a bunch of those. I don't know how many he did.
I have a concierge, and I also have this other one called like the top 10 that Capital did from '93. So I can go grab those after you're done, and maybe we can match and figure out which series it is.
Now, I can't tell if this is a specialty, I think. Let me look on both sides.
What is the catalog number? Is it a bunch of like numbers?
No, I'll give you, but actually you can put specialty because it has the specialty, the S. Okay. Do you know what I'm talking about?
No.
Specialty, it's okay. It has a specialty logo. Okay. All right, so type this in. This is side 1.
Okay.
B1 -A -89792. Okay. Space. Not the word space. Just make a space.
Okay.
F-1.
Okay.
And master by Capital Wally, and then put the specialty logo. Okay. Just type that. That is side 1.
It's specialty logo. That's what it's specialty.
Yeah, dude, you could go into any.
No, I'm just asking. I just want to make sure I'm getting it right.
Put it in the chat because actually one window I keep open, one tab I keep open.
Okay.
Is all the marks for
Oh, is that London Jazz Collectors thing?
No, it's actually part of Discogs where they show all the. Somehow that tab got closed, but we'll put it in there. Okay. Now we're on to side 2.
Okay, hold on. So side 1. Okay, side 2. We're ready to go.
B1 -B 89792. space, not the word space, just a space.
Okay.
F-1. And
Mastered by
then,
Capital Wally.
no, hold on. Then there's a 1-1. Space 1-1. And then mastered by capital Wally. So people, if you're sitting on your hands or you're on your knees praying to the good Lord above, the good news is this is a Wally Trugget mastering.
Is the specialty logo on side 2 as well?
Yes.
Okay.
And I will not, to raise money for the less fortunate people, I will sell this paper inner sleeve to the highest bidder. No, I'm going to put this in a nice plastic sleeve if I can find one here. So this is turning into quite a fascinating little thing here. So I have a nice plastic sleeve that I'll put this in. But this thing looks beautiful. It looks really nice. Very happy with that. I would say it's 140-gram vinyl.
Okay, I have a couple records. I want to double check what's in their dead wax because.
Do you have a 1993?
This is a 93, and this was part of it was called the Top 10 series and was put out by Capitol. And then this is the Connoisseur series, which I think was put out in 95. I think this was.
Was it? I thought they were a little later than that.
Maybe it was a little bit later, but it was definitely 90s.
Jazzbum Chris, you have the link. You're more than welcome to join us.
All right, so I'm going to check this dead wax here for this. And this sounds, I have this and I have a stereo Coltrane of this.
By the way, did you send the message to Joe Harley?
I did.
Okay, awesome.
The message has been relayed.
Awesome.
Okay, so this says, mastered by Capitol. What the hell is that? I can't tell if that's. This does not have Wally. This has. So this has a crazy catalog number.
That's the 93. Is that the 93?
Yeah, the catalog number here is 0777-7-46509-1-5A, and then it looks like SIRM. So maybe RM's the mastering engineer. I don't know. So I don't know. So I don't think that's a 93. So maybe Connoisseur put that out. I don't know. So this is the Connoisseur.
Yeah, what does it say? It'll say Wally in there, definitely, I think.
Let's see. Yeah. Yep. Mastered by Capital Wally. So did Connoisseur put the Duke Pearson out? That is the question.
Well, this says 90, but it says, okay.
Yeah, but that's obviously the wrong listing. That's probably a wrong list. You're probably matching it to a wrong listing.
No. Here. It says 93 on mine.
What does mine say? Where does it say it? This says 95. Now, the thing is, the Connoisseur series was multiple years. It wasn't just 1 year. So this was 95. Let me see if I can find anything.
Now this is a question that Joe Harley can answer because Joe, you're watching. I'm not that far from your office in Santa Monica. I am in Santa Monica. We can go have a coffee at the Randy's Donuts down. So this is a hole punch. And I know there's the fight on hole punches if they were promos or whatever. Do you think this might have escaped? It was done in the same mastering fashion. Then all of a sudden someone decided to do this Connoisseur series.
Connoisseur also put out CDs too.
I think they're mainly done. They were mainly done as CDs, no?
Yeah. So I'm checking. I'm just Googling Sweet Honeybee Connoisseur series. And see.
Oh, wait a second. Mazzy's joining us.
Okay.
I'm only joining because I got an emergency inbox from Mike calling me Rob to come and join some StreamYard thing. I have no idea why I'm here, but I am not Rob. Who called me Rob?
I don't know. Maybe I think Mike was looking for an Uber. That's the only thing I could think of.
It may have been.
Why am I here? I feel like that guy that ran for president, vice president.
So here we'll give you the other people have joined us late, so we'll give you a recap of so far what's happened. a friend of yours and mine, Mazzy, John Marino, was at the Pasadena flea market after me and found 2 Duke Pearson sealed albums. One is an album that the information was broken on your conversation with Joe Harley that they could not do a reissue of Duke Pearson's Sweet Honeybee because the tape was lost. So he found a sealed copy of it from 1993. What preceded today is I tagged Joe Harley in both a Instagram post and a Facebook post in the Blue Note Tone Poet discussion group. Right as we went on, Joe responded to my post asking what was in the dead wax. Well, we said, why don't you come up here and find out with us? Obviously, he's smarter than that and doesn't want his name soiled by the association with me. Secondly, he asked what the dead wax was. So in dramatic fashion, we opened it up and I read the dead wax off to Mike, who responded to Joe in our post. It is a Wally. That is the good news of this pressing. And actually, Mazzy, in my post, I said, is this a needle drop? Because Mike, when we were in a discussion that I had this album, saw in the Hoffman forums that someone suggested it might be a needle drop.
Okay.
So I just
but he hasn't responded to you yet, Mike, right?
Not yet. And
No.
I'm gonna
Well,
so
he
I
might
know
be. He might be really busy because all weekend last weekend he was all of a sudden out of the blue sort of texting me like, "Oh my God, how great this 10 LP Bob Dylan record is!" And people think all I'm into is jazz.
Well, Mazzy, Mr. Harley, Joe's here in the peanut gallery. Let me. Okay. I'll post an invite, Joe, if you want to come up. But I will.
Joe, stop this jazz stuff and just start going. Do the Dylan thing from now on, Joe.
Now I think I pinpointed the series this was part of. It was neither the top 10 or the connoisseur. I think it's called Rare. What is it called? Rare Groove series. The I Don't Know Who Cares is definitely a part of it. But the Sweet Honeybee is not on here, I don't think. So it has no listing in Discogs, but that is 93. I'm pretty sure it's Rare Groove series.
So just so Joe, Mike messaged you what we came out with the dead wax, but Mike, can you repost it in the peanut gallery, the dead wax info?
Yep.
Okay. I'm going to sign off and just listen because I don't need to be here. So.
Well, you also have to pick up one of your riders, right?
No, I gotta jump on YouTube to post it. I don't have access to the chat from here, so give me one second. There might be some.
But it is, Joe. We do know it's a Wally Trugget because he's in the dead wax.
Yep. Which, Joe, he's also in this Connoisseur series, but this is from '95. So I'm thinking it's this Rare Groove pressing.
Oh wait! You know what? It's Stunty. Fucking Stunty. Hey, Stunty. It doesn't matter. Stunty, pretend you're Joe, please.
Yeah, just keep going.
So Joe, what's your waist size? Just wondering. We have your stats and we know it's you.
Well, anyway, I will drop this in just for the sake of it. That's the
Yeah, so everyone, that's
pretty good, Stunty. That's pretty good.
No, you know what? If I knew better, I should have known because he's done this before.
Oh, that's fantastic.
But you know what? It will make a good video. People will go, wow, how did that moron get Joe up on there?
So I think it's a Rare Groove, although it's just not listed, but it looks like, so for example, the I Don't Know Who Cares album. Mm-hmm. Let me see if Wally's in the dead.
You know what? Zev Feldman is not the jazz detective. Mike Jazz Bum is the jazz detective.
That's right. Absolutely. Just give me a second here. So anyway, so I'm curious to hear how that sounds. And yeah, I mean, maybe I'm gonna respond to Joe and let him know that that I think it's
my uneducated opinion, and based on what Mike's doing, and Mike also, I thought the Connoisseur series, the vinyl, is digitally sourced. I thought that was what it is. It's not analog. Even though I have some. You know what? Actually, I have a Lee Morgan Lee's Way that is a Wally from 93. From early 2000s. So I wonder how long he was remastering the Tone Poets. And if everything Wally did was digitally sourced. So that's the question.
So I'm looking for that other one that you showed. What was it called?
What do you mean?
You said that you showed a second Duke Pearson.
Oh, yeah. It is this.
All right, hold on. What is it called?
Hold on, I got it.
My computer's lag.
The Right Touch.
The Right Touch. Okay, let me check that one out.
Stunty. I mean, Mr. Stunty Harley. Quite fascinating stuff here, people.
Big time.
So what does the Dead Wax say on that one?
So the Right Touch, it's not part of the Rare Groove series, though. Hold on. It's going to take me a second here to find out what copy this is. So we're assuming that one is also from 93? Can we make that assumption?
They both have the hole punch, and they were both sealed, and the same person selling them.
Okay, maybe. Okay, so there's a 94 one. That's probably it.
Yeah. What does the Dead Wax say on that
Capital.
one?
They just have a weird barcode. 724
Yeah.
3828269-1.
This shows the laziness of Discogs people that enter and when they can't. But what we should do is let's go in and
well, I'm confident that it's this Rare Groove. It's just that we don't know what the source is for. Actually,
so how many titles? So can you go in to? Does it pull up all the titles in that Rare Groove listing?
Let me see if I can find a little bit more.
By the way, if you're sports fans, this is how it works. Like me, the broadcaster, and got people like Mike behind me feeding me the information.
And if you're the host of a Sunday news show as well. There's a lot of entries.
All right, Mike, let me ask you.
96. There's 96 entries.
Did Wally Trunk it inappropriately touch you?
Hold on.
Wait. So how many
These
titles are in that series?
There's 96. I don't know what's the I know some of them are CDs and some of them are LPs, but when I just typed in Blue Note Rare Groove Series Wally, there's a bunch of them that come up. There's a Donald Byrd Kofi.
Wait, Stunty has some information. Are you being serious, Stunty?
Of course.
He's saying that if you sync up your vinyl with the... Listen, Stunty, do you think we all have elaborate systems to do some sort of scientifical
this is serious
sound analysis?
This is serious record collecting here, Stunty.
Yes. Oh, we are now being joined by Joe Harley. Believe it or not, it's Joe Harley. Hey, Joe.
Hey, how's it going, Rob? How's it going, Mike?
Hey, Felipe.
So how much have you been watching any of this?
No, I just saw the message. I just stopped at the traffic light and I saw the...
You know what? It'd be funny if Felipe and Mazzy are playing a game of chicken and they're about to drive into each other.
Yeah. No, I'm driving back home now. I'm going to hit the highway soon, so I'm going to have to stop. So what's up?
So this is another recap of why this stream exists. As you know, I got into the possession of a sealed Duke Pearson Honeybee.
Oh, beautiful. Yes.
You didn't know? So we knew from the date on the back, it was a 1993 pressing.
Okay.
There are 20-something, over the history of this album, there are only 20-something vinyl pressings of it between the U.S. and the world.
And this is the last one?
The 93, there's also a non-dated one too. But 93 looks like the last time it was pressed on vinyl in the U.S. In general, but it was the U.S.
Uh-huh.
So during today, I did a Instagram post where I tagged Joe Harley, and then in the Tone Poet discussion group on Facebook, I tagged him, and he responded. He asked what the Dead Wax info was, and Mike, being a good partner in the stream, we build up a lot of suspense and drama. I opened it, read it off to Mike, and he responded to Joe in the post. Uh-oh. Oh, wait. We have someone joining us from the grave, the great Wally Truggett.
Oh no.
Wally, first of all, are you hanging out with Buddy Holly in heaven? What is he like? I've always heard he doesn't sound like you think he would. He's responding to pops and clicks. Well, Wally, go back to hanging out with those bikini-clad ladies. All right, take care. Bye. So Felipe. So Joe responded in the group, and I opened the album, read it off. The good news out of all this is it was mastered by Wally Truggett, and I believe, and I can be wrong, that a lot of the tone poets he did in the '90s, especially the Concierge series, were digitally sourced. I think.
Well, on the Dead Wax, it does say. Oh, I'm hearing some background. I'll shut this off. Mastered from the original analog source, which basically means, interpret that as you like. But they sound good. I mean, this sounds excellent.
Oh wait. Okay, some crazy people are trying to join us.
Oh.
Roberto, I don't think it was Stunty. I don't think it was. Who and what is Stunty? You know what, Joe? You're welcome to come up here if you want me to post the thing. But we have a mischievous Frenchman who lives in Sweden who likes to pretend he's you. If it is, that's the only thing we're doing. So if it is you, Joe, I apologize completely.
All right. So what are we doing here?
But that Wally was probably Stunty.
Are we winding this down now? Is this over?
Well, I don't know. Is it still mysterious if it? Hold on.
Well, I sent Joe a link, so I mean he has the link if he needs it through Facebook. So
hold on 1 second. Yeah, that's wait. You know what? That's Joe Harley.
Is it?
I went to the channel. His channel was created in 2021. He has 30-something subscribers.
Oh, well, we had an impersonator, Joe. Apologies about that.
Let me make sure.
Make sure.
Okay. Well, goddamn, it's Joe Harley. So,
hey,
Joe, so getting back to it, Joe, you're being serious to sync it up, but we don't have any other source of the album. Yes. Well, Joe, look, we have people who are listen, I'm a maligned person on YouTube. People are trying to get me at it all the time. So, I mean, it's a Wally mastering. Does that say anything to you, Joe? That's
and
Wally
Joe,
did it?
From my searching around the internet, it looks like from '93 with a Wally is likely going to be a rare Groove Series Blue Note. Are you familiar with that series? I think it predated Connoisseur.
I'm afraid I'm in Santa Monica. I'm afraid Joe might hunt me down. I like how you're keeping your eyes on the road, Felipe.
You see? No, it's Florida. People drive super easy here. It's super safe.
All right. Well, why don't you show the record again?
Okay. So.
Yeah, I want to see the record.
I'm keeping it in the shrink. This is my copy.
It's got a hole punch.
Yeah. Do I make myself big? Because I'm not a big master on StreamYard. Should I make myself big?
Yeah.
Okay. It's a hole punch.
Oh, this looks great.
Now we determined because Jazzbum Mike has an OG copy. He says his image is fuzzy. this doesn't come off that way on the StreamYard, but it's fuzzy. It has a barcode. It is a 1993 copyright there at the bottom. This vinyl, I put it out, it had a paper sleeve, put it in a plastic sleeve. It looks beautiful. There's no paper sleeve burn or anything. It says mastered by Capitol in the dead wax,
Where is it
and
made?
has a Wally stamp. So
Is it
Yeah.
made in Germany or US?
the U.S. because it's mastered by Capitol.
Well,
No?
that means
Okay.
Well, you know what? No, I'm sorry. I'm ignorant. It is
It could be
made.
pressed and optimal.
No. It was pressed in Canada. Or, well, wait. It was, at least the cover was printed in Canada.
yeah. So, Canada
So I don't know.
cover.
I don't know how they made things back then. Did they make the covers in Canada and press the vinyl somewhere else? I don't know.
I'm not sure.
Joe says, I have an OG in the cover. Shot is a bit fuzzy. Yeah, that's what mine looks like too. Especially like when you zoom in on his face here, you can really tell.
So Joe, without having any kind of CD or other source or the digital source, which one of our peanut gallery members told us was a 2004 copyright on
He's
it.
out of here. We lost him.
Who?
He just said he's got to run.
Okay, no problem. So he was suggesting to sync it up. But I'll tell you, if I listen to this and it sounds weird, I'll mention that, you know.
Yeah, I'm just curious when when were the last time the tapes were located? Like, is that known?
Well, why don't you type it into the? Here's what we'll
Well,
do,
this-
people.
I think it was.
Mike,
People
you
said it was
share-
the 70s.
If you're a member or you can join this group, well, you can find out any follow-up comments if Joe decides to comment on this video or respond to the thread. Mike, you can ask that question. That would be a good question to ask
Yep.
him there. But you know what? He wasn't saying this is officially. If Wally Truggett mastered it, it is not a needle drop, right? Yes, no, maybe so. I don't know.
I'm sure. Yeah, well, Joe said that that doesn't mean anything about the source.
Okay, so let's say the tape was lost, right? How was the 2004 Apple Music or with the streaming file? How was that sourced? I don't know.
A digital needle drop.
I don't know. Crazy. It's crazy.
It's crazy.
So I guess we can wrap up the live stream. I will keep it up on my channel.
Yep.
If the Jazz Bums want a copy of it, they can put it up on theirs. But that was this couldn't have gone any more oddly and well.
Yep.
But I think we got to the bottom of something. I don't know what.
I agree. And apologies to Joe Harley.
What apologies? I think this was funny.
I'm just joking.
But it was cool
All
he
right.
joined us. Thanks, Joe. Appreciate
Yeah.
it.
That was awesome.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, very cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if anyone needs a ride around the greater southern Florida area, just throw a spotlight up at the sky, and
We can take
Felipe
care of
will
it,
come and
yeah.
pick you up.
Yeah. I have a Jazz Bum special Uber fare. Okay.
Yeah. You get a 10% discount if you say Jazz Bums. All right, everyone.
All
Thank you
right.
for joining us. I really appreciate it. As always, if you like this kind of riveting content, give us a thumbs up.
Like and subscribe.
You can always subscribe. And until next time, we're here to discover things about jazz vinyl that we didn't know and you didn't know.
Yep.
Until next time, say goodbye,
All right.
everyone.
See ya.
Bye. See you guys. Talk to
Bye.
you later. Bye bye.